How are you going to pay your bills at age 70 and above? How are you going to provide for yourself when you are finally at age 70 and above? Because whether we like it or not, if Jesus tarries, we are going to get to a point whereby we are going to be called a 70 years old man. We are going to get to a point whereby we are going to be called 80 years old man. And at that point in time, we are still going to eat, we are still going to be paying bills just as we are paying now that we are young. So how is that going to happen for us? Are we going to be like majority of the 70 years old men in our country that are depending on their children? Or we are going to be that self-sufficient and self-reliant adult at age 70 that will take care of his own bills, that will provide for himself without relying on his children or grandchildren? Are you going to be that old man at age 70 and above that is well grounded? Everywhere is full of investment that he has done over the years, that he can now have his children and his grandchildren to rely upon? Are you going to be that old man at 70 that will have his children depending on his investment that he has made over the years? Or you are going to be that old man at 70 that will be depending and relying on his children? Getting to the life of a life at 70 and the kind of life we will live by then, it's not going to be an accidental event. It's going to happen by the choices we make today. How buoyant and how sufficient we are at age 70 is going to be based on the decision that we are making gradually today. It's going to be based on the choices that we are making gradually today. And I believe we will all want to live a self-sufficient and self-reliant life at that age of 70 and above. And for that to happen, there are so many things that we need to put in place in order to live that self-sufficient and self-reliant life at age 70 and above, to the point that we can have our children and grandchildren to depend on us rather than we depending on our children at age 70 and above. So, by observing the life of elderly people in our society, I have come to realize that the adults that are living a well-rounded life, a self-sufficient life, a self-reliant life at age 70, those adults, they made some choices while they were still energetic, while they were still up and doing. They made some serious choices that enables them to be living the kind of life that we can all call a flamboyant life. So what most of the adults that are living a flamboyant life did while they were young, when they were still energetic, those are the things that I want to share with us today. Because like I said, when we get to age 70, all the bills that we are paying today, we are still going to pay them. as you are paying NEPA bill, you are paying school. You might not be paying school fees like by then, but NEPA bills, rent, or you are going to be eating just as you are eating now at age 70, and it is not good. It is not right for an adult at age 70 to be depending on his children without anything to show for his age of living. So for us to get to that life of self-sufficiency at age 70, here are the things that I believe we should start doing to ensure that life is being attained by us. Number one, first of all, if you have not subscribed to the channel, do so, so that you can be updated as we always put videos uh, almost every day. And if you have not followed us on WhatsApp channel too, do so, so that you can be notified too, as we usually update, make some updates regarding our self-reliance movement. So yeah. So this is number one. The first thing I believe we have to do in order to prepare ourselves very well for the life at age 70 and above is for us to become a free thinker. And what do I mean by being a free thinker? A free thinker is someone that can think for himself. A free thinker is someone that is self-aware, someone that knows himself inside out, someone that knows himself, both his flaws and his strength, someone that is self-assured. A free thinker is someone that gathers information from others, but refuse to take action on them without making his own personal conclusion from the information that he has gathered. So a free thinker is that person that gathered information and then filter it through his own mental faculty before he will decide on what to do. So he is exposed to information, but he will not work on those information without making his own personal conclusion. So to live a life that we want to live, which is a self-sufficient and self-reliant life at age 70, must be a free thinker, must be able to think for ourselves, must be able to know what we want in our life. Like, we should not be a pushover. You can never see a free thinker that is a pushover, that someone can just push him around. A free thinker is well grounded, is highly resolute. A free thinker knows what he wants from life. A free thinker is self-aware. A free thinker is self-assured. So the very first step I believe that you and I can live the life of self-sufficiency at age 70 and above is to be a free thinker. The second thing we must do to ensure we live a self-sufficient and self-reliant life at age 70 and above is for us to own our time as fast as possible. This one goes to the career people. This one goes to some of us that are pursuing career in terms of being employed by someone. There's nothing bad in working for someone else. In fact, almost everyone that has built wealth today, they started from somewhere. They started from working for someone. But one of the things that separated them from others is the fact that they were able to work for others. They were able to trade their time as fast as possible in order to go and start their own firm, in order to go and start their own business. So, the second point we must embrace in order to live a self-sufficient and self-reliant life at age 70 and above is to own our time as fast as possible. Because as you are working for someone else, the longer you stay there, the harder it will become for you to get out of that place to go and build your own dream, to go and work on your own goals. Because working on someone else's goals for the rest of your life is not going to get you anywhere. They are going to own you and your time. So just like I said that there's nothing bad in being employed by someone, we also have to know that we must work with people as fast as possible in order for us to own ourselves and our time, because whoever you are working for, that person owns you and your time. You cannot be as free as you want when you are working for someone else. There's nothing bad in that, but to own your time and yourself, to do things that you want to do at the time you want to do them, is a great freedom. And once you have that freedom, you can work on any goals that you have set for yourself or that you want to start working on. So we must work for others if we want to, and then get out of it as fast as possible. So that's number two. The third thing I believe that we can start doing right now in order to live a self-sufficient life at age 70 and above is for us to start our own business and buy more times. Let me explain that. The difference between an employee and employer is that employers buy more time for themselves, while employees sell time. They sell their time. But employers or the businessmen or the entrepreneurs, they buy more time because they know that their own time is limited. Your strength alone is limited. Your strength and your time alone cannot make you rich. That is why when you see the life of entrepreneurs, they tend to buy more time. You see a man having like 200 workers working for him. He's leveraging on other people's time to build his own wealth because he knows that his own time is limited. We only have 24 hours in a day, and that 24 hours is very small to make anyone rich. That is why rich men, they leverage other people's time and that is what I mean by buying more time to yourself. So the third thing we have to do is to start our business and buy more time by leveraging on other people's strength and their time, because your strength as a person and your time, which is 24 hours in a day, is not enough to get you as far as you want to go. So you have to start a business or start a startup that you can hire people, that you can get other people to like exchange their time for the money that you want to offer them. When you see the adults that are living life self-sufficiently at age 70 and above, when you trace back to where they were coming from, you will notice that they have started a firm or one thing or one establishment that is keeping people busy for them. They might not be working at that age 70 again, but they have like 200 people, 300 people in their firm that is working for them, that is generating income for them. So whether they work or not, the money is going to keep coming. But how will you as a single person be working right from age 20 to age 70 and think that you can be rich within that time frame? Your strength and your time is limited. So if we on this journey of self-reliance can get to age 70 and above and be self-sufficient and self-reliant, then we must learn how to leverage on other people's strength and or their time, because our time personally is limited. You don't have all the time to yourself, but with or by leveraging on other people's time and their strength, you can get a lot done for yourself, and you can take credit for their effort. When that is why you will see that when a company succeeds, hardly before you hear the name of employees that work there. The name of the person that you're going to hear is the person that started the firm, the person that set up the establishment. That is the person that the credit is going to be given to. That is the person that you're going to be hearing his name all over. Take for example, Dangote has a lot of people that are working for him. In fact, most of the firms that he has, he doesn't know how to operate those things, but people are there working for him. But at the end of the day, he will take credit for the work the workers had done for him. So his name is going to be the name that is going to be uh, recognized. So in our journey of self-reliance, if we want that life of self-reliance at age 70 and above, then we must learn how to leverage on other people's time and their strengths. So that is number 3. The fourth way we can navigate life in order to live a flamboyant and self-sufficient life at age 70 and above is to invest in assets that are capable of replacing our time and our strength in order to make money for us. When you look at the life of those men that we are talking about that are at age 70 and above now, that are still making money, you'll notice that there's one or two properties, there's one or two assets that they own while they were at their youthful age. There was a property they bought, there was an asset they bought as at that time. Those assets might not be much, it might just be 2, but those assets that they have bought have the potential to take care of them for the rest of their life, and not just for them alone. That asset can still be generating money for their children, which we call generational income or passive income for them and their loved ones. So if we want to get to that level of self-sufficient at age 70 and above, if we want to get to that level of self-sufficiency, then we have to start investing in properties. This is one of the most important steps, and that is not just because I'm a real estate consultant. I'm not telling you about that, but I can tell you from the people that I have observed, one of the things that is keeping them afloat when it comes to finance is the property that they have bought several years ago. One or two assets that they have invested in 30 years ago is the one that is generating income for them now. So if we want to emulate the life of those that are living a self-sufficient life at age 70 and above now, then we have to embrace investment in assets assets that have the potential to make us more money even when we can no longer work. Like I said before, our strength is limited. Most of the things that you and I we are doing right now without much stress, 30 years from now we are not going to be able to do them as we used to do them before. 40 years from now, if Jesus tarries, we are not going to be able to do those things. And that is why when we are now energetic, we have to invest in assets. We have to deprive ourselves of some comforts to invest in property, to buy assets instead of gathering liabilities, things that will not add any value to us. There's no single man that is living a self-sufficient life that doesn't have a property. They have properties that are making money for them. So that's number 4. So let's move on to the last one, which is the people that are living life of opulence at age 70 and above. There are people that keep updating their mental landscape. They keep improving themselves. They keep investing in knowledge. They keep reading books. They keep exposing themselves to new information, new updates in their fields. So what am I trying to let us know? We must never get to the point that we stop learning. We should never get to a point whereby we say, oh, I've graduated from the school, so now is the time to stop learning. No. Those men that are living a life that we all want to live at age 70 and above, those men are seriously working on themselves. Even at age 70, they are still reading. Even at age 70 and above, they are still updating their knowledge. They are still exposing themselves to all sorts of information, because the information that you don't have, you cannot leverage it. And that is why Pastor Olumide Emmanuel says that ignorance is more dangerous than the devil. And I agree with him. Some of the things that we are calling God for today, they are just as a result of ignorance. It's not, some of our problems are not the devil, they are just personal ignorance. And the only way we can conquer ignorance in our life is to constantly expose ourselves to new information. Now, books are in different formats. You can read, you can listen to audio books if you don't have time to sit down and read books. Now you can watch YouTube videos and learn whatsoever you want to learn. So don't join the group of people that say, oh, social media or the online spaces is very bad. No. Like I always said, anything that is bad is also good. And in fact, in our journey of self-reliance, we must know that there's nothing good or bad. Just as William Shakespeare said that there's nothing good or bad in the world except for what they think it makes it. And that is true. Nothing is either good or bad. It all depends on how you choose to use things. You cannot say that water is bad, and you cannot say that water is good. Water is just water. Water can do you good by drinking it. When you drink water, without water you cannot be able to, your life cannot be sustained without water. And as well, water too can kill you. Like when they throw you into an ocean, when they throw you into a body of water, that water will kill you. So water is, that is to say that water is not bad and it's not good. It's just water, capable of doing both good and bad to you. It all depends on the usage. So the last thing that I said is for us to keep updating our knowledge. We have to keep updating ourselves, because that is the only way we can seize opportunity. The more you learn, the more you are going to know about things in your field and how to position yourself for opportunity when it comes, so that you can recognize and seize the opportunity when it comes our way. So that is all I have for us for today. And I believe so well that if we can work on those things, then we are going to get to the life of a self-sufficient person at age 70 and above. There's no devil that is going to stop us if we can strategically leverage the power of God within us and start and position ourselves properly. We are going to get there, though it's not going to be an overnight journey, but gradually we are going to get there. So I'll see you on the next video. Till next time, peace.